Hello, everybody out there in free enterprise land, and good evening, or morning, or afternoon, depending on where you may or may not be at this particular moment in time. This is the first week of the Lali-Ho League, or at least that's how I've been pronouncing it. I'm Dijon Ketchup, and I am one of your commentators for tonight, and I am joined by.
And I'm Bad Karma. And welcome again to another exciting tournament for the free enterprise community.
So this tournament is exciting because we've got a new version of the randomizer and all new rules. Um, and well, shall we just go over some of those real quick?
Yeah, with 4.2, we got a couple of very interesting flags that we wanted to include for this tournament. One of them being the Vanilla Giant flag, which is one of my favorites that was added. Is once you go into the Giant of Babel, you cannot leave until you defeat the bosses in there, which really makes planning a D machine grind quite difficult. Considering you would have to grind and beat those bosses, if you got something rude, you can't just back out of it. On top of that, we also have a new C Neki flag, which are characters that join our party get a random tier 1 to tier 3 weapon, and that is all they start off with. It really changes a lot of the dynamics of who you find out there.
Indeed. And so here in this tournament, we are given 5 objectives, 4 of which you have to complete. 3 of those objectives are going to be set objectives, the same every time, which are complete Cave Magnus, forging the Legend Sword and Adamant, which you'll note is making a return from 3 Miss Zone, and then trading away the Pink Tail. The other 2 are going to be completely random objectives, but they will be pulled from either you have to find a character or you have to defeat a boss.
Yeah, and we have had a very healthy mix of those so far in just the few matches we've had to start off this week. And a number of the practice matches, community race last week was with these flags. So getting a boss that we have tonight, we're going to be looking for Mylon Z and trying to find Edward in chat. We don't have to keep that Edward, we just have to find him. And as Night Do, our tracker, is pointing out, we don't, if that Edward is one of our starting 2 characters, we have to find another copy of him because we do have the C distinct flag on. There's only 10 distinct characters in this flag set for us to find. So not every character will be available. It looks like we're actually getting underway.
Yeah, so we've got TellahSaysRelax and Neon Gray in this match. And,
Couple of
that's
Black Mage kids.
that's a start. That's so not getting any free key items from Kenazo here.
One
Also,
of the
Kenazo seems to have moved locations within the castle.
that is definitely a demotion for the turtle for sure. One of the other major changes that came with 4.2 is we've expanded the number of item kits that are available. And for these Swiss flags, we're going to be getting a basic kit, which is pretty much going to be some Tier 2s, some Lives, and some Star Veils. And we're also going to be getting a Dwarf kit, which, if you are a fan of the vanilla speedrun, that is typically a set of items that you would actually buy in that speedrun, if I'm not mistaken. It includes a Strength Ring, a Dwarf Axe, and 10 Rune Rings, as well as a wizard hat and a wizard robe.
So both our runners went straight for Damstian, but only Neon Gray is gonna check out the loot in the side room.
This is. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and TellahSaysRelax just goes straight for the hovercraft.
Play that I've personally liked myself for an opening. There's a good number of chests in the dancing basement. You're gonna have to raise that hovercraft anyway, just in case you do find that pigtail and a hook early on. You want to get that objective knocked out. We do have the no adamants flag turned on, so when we do turn in that pigtail, we're not getting an adamant armor. We're gonna get a tier 7 item, and that goes along with our T Wildish flag set. But one of the other new features is we're not going to be finding any random crystal swords in these chests because we have a new flag called Max Tier 6, which means that no Tier 7 items can appear in an untrapped chest.
Yeah, so it's definitely definitely an extra bonus with going for that pink tail, because if that's one of the things you're going for in your objective list, then you get a bonus weapon out of it that is hopefully something that you can use.
A lot of good options there, especially if we can find a Cecil in the Sea, Crystal Swords, and Avengers. We do have Iridia. Bahamut is a Tier 7 item, so could pull one of those as well.
And of course, those tier 7 items can still be rewards for bosses if they don't have, or rather, rewards for key item slots if it's not actually a key item.
Got an Odin at the top of Mount Hobbs with a cane. This is a good fight to take here. We have Palom that's already loaded with Lit 1. Kane is going to have a Dwarf Axe if he choose to put on. Also coming with a Dancing Dagger. That's kind of a nice item to have this early.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever seen a vanilla speedrun, of course, the Dancing Dagger is very heavily used at the beginning if you glitch it. Well, glitch your way into getting one.
Yeah, this Odin being weak to lightning, we're seeing just these Lit 1s still doing, 500 damage or so. Ooh. Neongrey took the Odin, the Zansetsuken, but Kane had ducked it.
Well, he more jumped it.
TellahSaysRelax, though, not as lucky as Neongrey was. Both Kane and Palom took the Zansetsuken.
Yeah. Fighting the Odin, Tellah said, relax, don't do it.
Tellah didn't even know Odin existed. He can't tell us to relax.
So, Tellah says relax, heading to Antlion Cave, another general commonly done early check. Found a wizard shirt, that's a nice thing to find early on for that Palom.
And a ninja hat as well. So we don't have any vanilla agility in this tournament or anything like that. So curse rings are going to be valuable. The starting dwarf axe is also valuable if you have somebody that can use it, like a Sid or that Kane that we found on Hobbs. But the ninja hat raises agility. That's really good early on, especially with this low agility party that we have right now.
Yeah, the very beginning of the game is generally not when you need to have an agility anchor.
Yeah, it's generally better to have the faster character in the middle slot. So it's interesting that that TellahSaysRelax put that ninja hat on that Iridia to start this off, but it is going to still be of good use to try and get that Iridia sped up to get some more hits out.
That's a computer.
This is a spot I do not like seeing the CPU at. We did find a grimoire in the save room. I would be gambling on that hard.
And indeed, that is exactly where TellahSaysRelax is going.
Ooh, just short.
Well, that's not what you want to see.
is going to get the party up before the second globe comes out.
Yeah, ooh, and that's...
Yeah, that Ramu was just about 100 damage shy as you're seeing these remedies come out for 83. The remedy does 10% of the total health of the CPU. And TellahSaysRelax with the reset sees the Grimoire gamble didn't pay off this time. Probably gonna go back in and try it again though. Neon Gray is having a lot better time with their CPU fight. Got the dancing dagger from that Kane. Kane is also wielding an ice brand, so that's 300 damage coming out for each of those characters every time they take a hit.
Yeah, Neon Gray's definitely got the better firepower right now.
Here comes Grimoire Gamble number 2.
Oh, and there's a twin harp. That is pretty close to required. One of the 5 objectives is completing Cave Magnus.
Yeah, and with 4.2, one of the other big changes, we have a number of new Zeroma sprites and a number of new Twin Harp songs that are now available to be pulled for our enjoyment. For those who don't know, the Edward harp sequence has randomized tunes for us to listen to, and our own Calamity has been very hard at work to get a lot of new additions in.
And Neon Gray giving that Selma drop to Kane. Because sure.
Hey, Kane can use MP. He can cast white under the right circumstances. Fortunately, TellahSaysRelax, trying to get that Grimoire Gamble to go off, has gotten 2 Ramus and an Ifrit. We don't want him to bail on this, though, with that Twin Heart being the reward.
Oh, and as Neon Gray is selling off a bunch of things, another flag we have going in this flag set is the sell quarter, meaning you get only a quarter of what you would normally get from selling items. So muddy routing is a bit more strict this time around.
Oh, there's a demist in Fabul.
That's gonna be a bonus.
Yeah, if you are new to Free Enterprise, one of the flags is for randomizing the key items is normally Edward is laying in bed in Troya because of the vanilla game. He gives you the Twin Harp. One of the flags is no free key items, which we do have on, which means that once you defeat the demist, as Neon Gray has just done, then they just have to go talk to Rydia's mom and Miss, and they get a key item.
Just an hourglass wand from the king. That's, I mean, there's some fights that'd be useful in, sure, but it's, I mean, at least you got the demist out of it. That's a free item check right there.
Yeah, not the double that Neon was probably hoping for. Just depends on what Rydia's mom is holding on to right now.
Yeah, Rydia's mom also has a non-key item, unless it's a really good weapon or something. So that's just kind of a wild goose chase.
Oh, is Neon playing with fire here? Because Ridia's mom can give you the package and parking your airship on that side of the mist.
Yeah. That's dangerous. Ooh. So that's
That's some value.
yeah, that's very good if you can find a Cecil somewhere.
Well, now I would definitely be prioritizing some character checks real fast and mount ordeals because if
Oh,
I
I found Cecil. He's just on the wrong side.
I mean, you found Cecil, but you reset and left him. You gonna go back and get that Cecil?
But yeah, definitely worth when you've got a boss as one of your potential objectives. Usually a good idea to check like Mist Cave and Waterfall Cave, which have bosses but don't give you any key item rewards, so you wouldn't normally go and fight them, because it can be there. I mean, I've had my share of practice seeds that have had, one of them in one or the other.
And on top of just checking for Demas can also be lurking there. I've had that in 2 of my practice seeds just in the last week. TellahSaysRelax did get through the Odin. It's going to be rewarded with a cane and that dancing dagger, which will make that CPU a lot easier to deal with.
Hailed him hanging out in the front of the bridge on ordeals. Yeah, whether or not to do ordeals generally depends on a lot of factors, because you've got 3 bosses here, but only 1 key item check. But, if that's not too much effort to beat the bosses, you get some nice experience out of it. And of course, completing ordeals gets you all the Cecils turned into paladins, which I know neongrey is hoping that they can find a Cecil somewhere along the way. So having it as a paladin would be good. And not only that, Tellah gets a bunch of his spells, including Meteor, which Tellah's not the most reliable in this flag set, but if you find one early on, it's good to have all of his moves available.
Oh, that's a mom bomb in the back attack spot.
Ooh.
I personally, it does not matter which spot Mom Bomb appears in. Mom Bomb is my least favorite boss fight in this game.
And Mom Bomb is kind of a tricky one, just because it starts off as 1, and then eventually it'll explode, and you can defeat it before it explodes, but it depends on all sorts of factors. And if it does explode, then it leaves behind 6, and you gotta beat those 6 before they explode, because they do a lot of damage if they explode, and it's just a whole chain reaction.
Isn't reaction the grind on the moon?
I never grind on the moon, so.
Well, there's explosion number 1. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, that's a death. Hope neongrey saved after defeating the Pale Dim.
Oh, Neon had a fire shield on that cane. That's why he took so much health damage.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, the Mom Bomb, to defeat the Mom Bomb before splits into the 6, you have to do an extra 10,000 damage. It doesn't matter what spot Mom Bomb appears at. It could be in the first Baron spot, which normally has 400 HP. If you want to beat it before it blows up, you got to do 10,400 HP. And it's not actually 10,000, it's just approximate. TellahSaysRelax, however, is through that D-Miss, got through Fabul. I don't believe he has gone back to Antlion yet, with the cane and the dancing dagger. Gotta be selling some things off to be. Has his eyes on something here. Curse Ring is always a good pickup.
Yeah, if you can have a current string on you, it's usually a good thing, because it helps setting up your agility anchor. You know, if you don't have a character that's like base level, and you keep it fainted the whole scene. And even then, like some of them, it's still better to have the cursed ring.
Yeah, the Curse Ring is always going to help with a number of fights, especially when we get to these later ones like the Fey March with that Asura spot. That spot is so fast. You want to. Oh, missed the cure too for Neon Grey to try to keep the Palom up. Ooh, that's the Mom Bomb. It does look like, so after some shopping, TellahSaysRelax is gonna go back and hit that CPU one more time. Should be able to make pretty short work of it this time with the additional cane and 2 boss spots knocked out.
And Neon Grey turned their battle speed down. Hopefully this will be enough to help them.
Yeah, trying to bluff up this Palom so that he will be able to one-shot all the bombs with like an Ice 2 or something like that. It's a good strategy to do. If you don't want to waste like that Hourglass 1, or if you don't have an AoE J item.
They've got some illusions on hand too. Those are good for making exactly 2 physical attacks miss you.
Fortunately, that Mom Bomb is not having any of that. Says, I will take those out with my next 2 hits. It looks like TellahSaysRelax is getting his revenge on the CPU, gonna be rewarded with the Twin Harp, and will be able to move forward, and we will see where he decides to head next. Oh, might have forgotten to take that fire shield off of Kane again. Because that was a 500 damage explode right there.
Yeah, that could be. Because I don't think they saved after taking it off.
We'll see if Palom will get the Ice 2 off and get Neon Grey through this. Yeah, this spot has a very surprising amount of magic defense.
Luckily, those grain bombs are missing Rydia. Ooh, okay, that was a good use of the Grimoire.
Got the Frick, got through them, and Neon Grey is through the back attack Mom Bomb.
Yep. Unfortunately, Kane not getting any experience, but not saving, just going straight in. But you get a free heal here, and you generally don't have to worry about whatever boss is in this spot, because it's a very low HP spot.
Unfortunately, also, TellahSaysRelax just found a curse ring for free in the Baron Inn after selling a bunch of things to get one. Oh, hello, Valvalis.
Yeah. Low HP and a cane. You really can't ask for a better Valvalis fight.
But we don't have the unsafe flag on, so Valvalis here cannot gate the only way underground.
Well, neongrey did get a tower key, so... And
Baron guard. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying the same thing, Baron guards.
Got a minor promotion into the karate spot.
They learned karate.
Is it karate, or did they learn kung fu?
No, it's a Sid here, not a Fu.
Ah.
Oh, speaking of which, Fusoya's back. He wasn't in the last tournament. He's in this one, though.
He is available to be found as long as he's one of the 10 distinct characters to find.
So those Baron guards, pretty easy to defeat, but if you let your guard down, they can wipe the floor with you because they know a bunch of like status affecting moves, and they use them a lot. So if you have something like a mute bell when you're taking them on, throwing that out is pretty good.
Yeah, also they are one of the bosses that you can also just use those statuses right back on them. If you've got Toad or Size, you can just render those status effects a little bit inert.
Yep, the Baron guards do not have the boss bit, which is the bit that most of the bosses have that prevents them from being statused or having like certain types of effects used on them. Like, for example, you can't throw coffins at a boss because of the boss bit.
There's another grimoire too. This thing wants us to be reading about summon monsters.
Which, like, we've already got Rydia. Although, did either runner get the free summon from Mount Hobbs?
I don't believe so. Neither runner did go and get that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
I guess they're not planning on keeping Rydia into the endgame, but I mean, you could get a really good summon really early on like that.
Yeah, and one of the other new flags we hadn't talked about yet that we are using in this Swiss round is the no experience slingshot. I can't remember the name of the actual flag off the top of my head right now, but normally we have a flag in Free Enterprise that says if your character is 5 levels below the mean of the party, then that character will get double experience. A lot of runners in Highway to the Threema Zone would use that to take their Rydia from base level, do a D-Machine grind, and have their Rydia suddenly have nuke after one, 5 to 7 minute fight. That's not going to be happening. This Rydia, if you want nuke on Rydia, you're going to have to get her all the way there without any sort of slingshot.
Yep. But that doesn't stop you from getting the double XP from having 10 key items. Neither of our runners are at that point yet, but you can still grab a new character once you've got 10 key items, and if you want to do the extra grinding, they'll get that double XP.
They'll get that nuke eventually. It just depends on how much time you want to use in front of the microwave. Okay, I'll admit that one was a stretch.
It's fine.
We'll see how TellahSaysRelax deals with the Mom Bomb. He's going to have that extra Sid to hopefully take a couple of hits, and Neon Gray is going to be heading to the Cave Magnus. It's our only path forward.
Which would mean that there's either Hook or Magma Key there.
Stocking up on some vampires for Neon Gray, never a bad choice. Those can get you back up and on your feet in a quick little pinch. 400, 600 damage, also with a heal.
Perhaps if you succubi, words. Multiple succubus items. They don't get any of the tents though. Tents are usually pretty good to have, but then again, I think we do start with some tents on this flag set, so I think that may be enough usually to get you going until you find cabins somewhere.
I do like it when we can find some cabins. Tents are nice, but after around the 30 to 40 minute mark, they lose their niceness.
Yeah, but they can be useful if you want to heal, but you don't want to revive your anchor, because tent does not revive dead characters. Strategy.
Strategic. TellahSaysRelax is down to just one last bomb. Will he be able to get through it? Looks like that's a yes.
I mean, with 2 alive characters and 1 bomb, even if it explodes, it should still be a guarantee.
That's going to allow TellahSaysRelax to be able to catch up. Considering Neon Gray had a few wipes against that Mom Bomb, so that should average out with the couple of wipes that TellahSaysRelax took against the CPU.
Neon Gray doing some looting in Cave Magnus, which is not a play I see many players do, but, this early in the game.
It is rated a little higher than your average check. While you can get here right out of the gate, it's out of the way, and it's a long place to loot. So it is rated slightly higher than, say, Damsian or Antlion, but not quite as high as like Watery Pass, just because Watery Pass doesn't have anything in it, whereas this has an objective. So yeah, you're right. We don't see a lot of players typically loot, but Neon Gray is getting some value.
Yeah, there's some pretty good equipment in there. And there was a Soma drop, so maybe Kane will get more MP.
I do recall there was a race, I think it was a T Wild flag, and somebody pulled 2 Crystal Swords and an Excal out of the room with the 3 chests.
That's fancy.
It was so fancy. We are going to be getting some part music, so we'll be quieting down while we listen to these tunes here momentarily. Unfortunately, Dr. Lugay does have to ruin that wonderful rendition of Matoy's theme. Do want to do a quick shout out to the raid from RPG Limit Break. Thanks for joining us over here. Please do not spoil the results of that race in case there were people over here who had not seen it yet. But do welcome, and we have required Twin Heart for both of our runners. This is the last check on the overworld. As you can see, we have not gotten very many key items as we just got our magma key.
And Dr. Luge was nice to be holding the magma key and not the hook. Although, might still need that hook later for the pink tail.
But Neon Gray is the first one on our board to light up one of these objectives, completing objective number 3 of Complete Cave Magnets.
And again, Cave Magnus is one of the static objectives in this tournament, so you will be seeing that as one of the choices every match.
And it looks like TellahSaysRelax also chose to loot Cave Magnus. That is an interesting choice by both runners, picking up some of the loot throughout this throughout the music cave.
Yeah, it feels like we'll in this tournament there'll probably be a lot more early game looting, simply because of that Neki flag. Oh, there's those cabins. More life potions as well.
Aggert having all the goods that you want to have to survive any later trips through the game. And as oh, go ahead, Dijon.
I was gonna say, Neon Gray going underground, going straight for the Fey March. Um, finds the trap chest immediately, so knows where it is and can just loot everything. And free adamant in the Fey March. That is one of the 2 items needed for uh, forging that X-Cal.
Yeah, and that's a great pickup there. You know you're gonna only have to find that legend sword now. I am honestly really hoping for a rude giant having only Edward and the Mylon Z in the giant right now.
Some interesting king and queen. There's like 6 kings and 3 queens.
Yeah, the dolls there are not too terrible. You can we got an hourglass. Wow, I worked. Got an hourglass 1 earlier as our reward from Fabul, so that would make that actually kind of a free fight. But those front 3 dolls will punch pretty hard. You've got to do a lot of damage before that hourglass 1 runs out. I don't blame Neon for wanting to save that Calbrender fight or the Maga Sisters fight until a little bit later.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna want to power up your Quake Kid for sure before taking on the Calbrena dolls. And Mega Sisters are annoying in general, so put them in like a really fast slot, and it's not a great time.
No, we have not seen Sirens yet. We do have the S standard flag on. So Sirens can be available down here in the Feymarch, or in the Feymarch or any of the other underground shops. So we have not seen those yet. So hopefully we can find some and maybe get our Quake Kit online. Yeah, our progression is pretty slim right now, as we see Neon Gray opting to do Sheila 1 before maybe doing Dwarf, or, we do have the tower key for lower tower. Where would you feel like? Would you be doing what Neon is doing right now, Dijon?
It kind of depends. Right now, since like basically all the other overworld checks have been taken care of, it's not a bad idea to check your freebies. And it pays off because Sheila has the goods.
We are 2 items away from completing our static objectives before any of the 2 randomized ones.
But as of now, I do believe both players still only have the 4 characters. So if you can do the Dwarf Castle. Oh, Neon Gray, forgot they didn't have Hook. But if you can do the Dwarf Castle, you get a character in between. You can fill out your party. And who knows? It could be Edward.
Could be Cecil to start swinging that crystal sword. We did, for those who rated us during our music check, we have a crystal sword from D-Mist. And we have no. The only signs of Cecil was DKC in the dark in the D-Mist spot.
Now, one thing of note is that in Threema's zone, the warp glitch was available that let you complete Dwarf Castle and then warp back to the Crystal Room, but the game would think it was Sealed Cave's Crystal Room, and you could get that key item without having to go through Sealed Cave whatsoever. Uh, that flag is gone. You cannot do the warp glitch. You have to do Sealed Cave and Dwarf Castle separately now. Also, neongrey finding Bacchus wines in the Dwarf Castle. Those are a good find, especially with the mostly physical party that they've got in Kane and Sid.
Yeah, without Quake for Palom, which we'll probably get that if Neon decides to take their shot there against the Dwarf Castle bosses. But we also haven't seen a white mage yet either. We've only seen these 4 characters in the entire seed so far.
Indeed. And with 10 guaranteed 10 unique characters and only 2 pure white mages, you know, you're looking at a good chance of not finding either of them. Now, if Fusoya is in your, 10 unique characters, then he will definitely do as a white mage for sure. And, I mean, I guess there's Tellah. I guess.
He can do something twice. He can do QT force, but we got a Lunar Sparkle here, Dijon, in the first spot.
Oh, it's the Nope Rope.
That's not who you want to see here.
So, yeah, speaking of white mages, you definitely want a white mage for facing Ogopogo, because that big wave takes a huge chunk of your character's health off. So you got to do a lot of healing in a fight like this.
Getting the Bacchuses down, having Sid and Kane just start hitting away on the Nope Rope. The Black Mage kids are throwing Cure 2s to try and get health back up.
Another thing of note is that after this fight, Rydia will turn from child into an adult. So she will gain access to some summons that, I mean, aren't generally used a whole lot, but they're there.
They have some niche uses. You don't have Quake yet. Use Titan.
But she'll still get a boost, and I mean, she loses access to white magic, but it's not like, either of our runners have been using Rydia for that. Oh yeah, and level 2 elemental spells, as Dishmu pointed out in chat.
They were able to get through, and this is Kaipo guards, because we've already seen the Baron guards, and that's a...
Oh, that's a Fusoya.
The Fusoyi.
Oh. My bad. So Quake is usually good to have here.
As we were talking earlier, though, neongrey is just going to go and stone the officer and soldiers.
Yep, that's a quick way to just get rid of them all.
In our job dwarf check for TellahSaysRelax, that was a forging machine. I missed the last word.
Oh, and Fu unlocked Quake. So it's set up, the way that this works is like, Fusoya doesn't start with all of his moves. Um, you have to earn them, not by leveling up, but by defeating bosses. As you defeat bosses, Fusoya unlocks more and more of his moves.
Yeah, each boss kills 100 health and 3 more spells across his white and black magic.
Oh, there's the hook.
A required item to turn into Pinktail.
We'll see if Neon Grey wants to get that high-level item, or if they're gonna hold off.
I personally would probably go and do the tower first, just
Yeah.
to get knocked out. That's a a pretty hefty airship ride back and forth just for the tower is the next logical spot. I feel like.
Oh, nope, they're going for it.
Gotta be rewarded with the tier 7 item though.
Yep.
And our tracker is pointing out Eblin Shop is open, could have sirens there, which is where Neon Grey is going. That's also a character check.
Yeah, and not only a character check, but a peek at who's at the end of that underground passage. Could be Mylon Z.
And the worst thing about looking for Mylon Z is that he shares a sprite with the Mylon and Friends fight. And there's our sirens. But if we see a purple robe here, knowing you only have to find the Legend Sword, do you make that gamble and just fade that purple robe?
It's a hard decision to make, because I mean, you could go, like, right now the only open checks are both tower checks and both of the Fame Arch bosses. And right now, if avoidable, Neon Grey is probably not going to want to fight those bosses.
I think for me, it would come down to where you find the Eddie. If this is Edward and it's a purple robe, I think you have to go.
Yeah, like if you find Edward here, like there's well, there is a white mage.
And a red robe.
Yep, wrong color robe. But for all we know, Mylon Z could be in that first spot.
Still
So, do we think Neon's gonna dump the Rydia for Rosa?
I would.
Yeah, that's what I would do at this point. Yep.
Especially with the heroine robe on that rose on the Rydia, moving that to the Rosa just makes her extremely powerful. If you can find a stack of mute arrows, you've got that Magus Sisters fight, and with the Elven bow even too. That's gonna make that fight just a ton easier for Neon to deal with. TellahSaysRelax is looking for a way to get through the Ogopogo. Went and got his Pinktail. Neon's gonna go knock out objective number 2, get this tier 7 item. The way the seed's been going, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this is a Bahamut summon.
Honestly, just as long as it's not crystal. Oh, it's a white shirt. That's pretty good.
That's a nice pickup right there. You're going right on Foo.
Fu, who's just been walking around naked, covered in nothing but hair. Beard hair. I should clarify it's beard hair.
Just walking around human mop style.
He's cousin it.
Leon says, I've got this tower key burning a hole in my pocket. We're going up the tower.
I mean, if my options were that or Fey March bosses, I'm thinking tower.
Yeah, and don't want to burn those sirens just yet. Only with 6 key items. We got Foo, who has Quake. Palom, I think, has Quake. I missed it just now.
I think Palom had Quake by now. Well, it's a good thing we don't need an edge to steal sirens.
Oh, TellahSaysRelax is actually making the tower play at the same time here. Did not get through the Ogopogo to get the Foo yet. So we'll get a glimpse here, see who's at the top of this tower that's going to be barring our runner's path. We still have a number of rude bosses that this could be up here.
Yeah, so the Stone Man barely affected by Quake.
That's purple robe. Talking to a red robe.
Oof. The suspense is killing me. Oh!
Not the Mylon we were looking for. This is a good fight, though, for TellahSaysRelax. This should be pretty doable with the lower levels that he has to really get his party ready for that Ogopogo fight.
So, in a spot like this, while Mylon and Friends is not the toughest boss you'll ever fight, once you've gotten rid of all the ghasts, Mylon is capable of doing some pretty heavy physical hits. But you don't want to, focus too heavily on Mylon to start with, because if you accidentally defeat him first, those ghasts are gonna be doing a lot of damage real fast.
Yeah, once unfettered from Mylon, the gas just start swinging, and they're looking for brains. And they're gonna find them.
They're looking for nines.
Our runners have converged, though, on this fight. It has been a little back and forth between the two of them, depending on where they've gone. TellahSaysRelax had a little stumble early with a CPU at Antlion, whereas neongrey had a little trouble with their Mom Bomb fight at the top of Ordeals in the back attack spot. But our runners are here. Neon Gray is one objective up. There is a
Yeah.
Lucky Grim.
Ooh, that's a Bahamut.
I mean, we found what, 3? I think 2 or 3.
Yeah, there's been a few of those grimoires.
While our runners are working on this, do want to do a quick shout out to our runners. They've been putting on a great race for us. If you haven't done so, please give them both a follow. Also to our restreamer, Krim, as well as our tracker, Nightdew. Please give them a follow as well. And to my co-commentator, Dijon Keshup.
And Neon Gray has got the "Oh my body" that Mylon says as he's defeated.
Ooh, that's a great find there with the pan.
Yep, that is 2 additional key item checks. One for banging Yang on the head, and then another for taking the pan back to Sheila.
We're nice fetch questers, you know. We always return our kitchen implementations back to their proper owners.
And of course, after finishing the tower, you're gonna be like right next to Yang.
TellahSaysRelax is through the Mylon and Friends fight, getting a number of levels, including Quake for his Palom. That was a leg.
Yep, super cannon spot, very low health because this is where you normally fight the dark imps.
I almost blinked and missed it.
You almost blinked and then someone else missed it.
That's just an illusion of my greatness right there.
Gotcha.
Neon Gray is also only one boss fight from having a fully powered food. Just got nuke off of that Rubicante fight.
Nuke being a pretty great move. And then that's TellahSaysRelax through the leg.
Now, what will the tower give us?
Nice. Very nice.
That, I know we haven't had a lot of races yet. This is only the first day of this tournament, but that's the first time I'm going to see all 3 of the static objectives lit up before any of the 2 randomized ones.
Yeah, so now we're just kind of at the point where it's a crapshoot to find where Edward or Mylon Z are.
Apples?
And I'm sure Neon Gray is hoping that either Yang has it or has whatever is blocking access to it, or that Sheila has whatever's blocking access to it, which at this point would be Baron Key, Luca Key, Darkness Crystal, Earth Crystal. Because we know that neither of those Feymarch bosses are Mylon Z. But if they have if they're holding whatever key item grants you access to wherever one of them is.
And Leon just sold the crystal sword. Guaranteed next character check is Cecil.
Yeah, tempting fate that, like, Cecil will be on, like, the moon and Edward will be in the giant. Or two Cecils in Tower of Zot.
Oh, two Cecils would be great. We do not have the no dupes flag on for this Swiss round. That would be in the next round of this tournament. So two Cecils could be recruited by either of our runners if they were available.
And Tellah also getting his X-Cal forged. Still needs to do Dwarf Castle, though, so... I'm gonna go hit that Yang real quick.
Getting a pass though, that is a huge find, especially if we can get a Mylon Z or an Edward before even going to the moon.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's not like if you go to the moon and what you're looking for is there, you're gonna have to come back, but, you know, if it's still on Earth somewhere.
Does Sheila have the goods? She has in all of my practice seats.
Yeah, she's Darkness Crystal. Well, I don't know. Right now, do you go to the moon, check to see if Edward is that free spot? And if he's not, just, like, check what each boss is and reset, hoping that it's not, like, behind Earth Crystal or Baron Key or something?
I definitely check the character, and I would check K value, because we can face check that boss.
Yeah.
If Edward's not there with Neon Gray's party, I would actually almost be tempted to go Giant, just to get that character check and two boss checks out of the way, and do a D machine grind while in there.
I was gonna say, if you have to go through Giant to get the character, then you may as well do a D machine grind while you're at it if you have everything necessary for it.
Unfortunately, Neon Gray is also at 9 key items.
Oh, yeah.
First.
Yeah, that's rough.
But let's see what Neon Gray's plan is. TellahSaysRelax is right on their heels, though.
What if Edward is the character at package, and then the boss you have to fight to get the package is Mylon Z?
That is some next level rudeness, and that package would be like Earth Crystal to Luca to.
Alright, who's on the moon? It's an old man. Wrong purple robe.
Not the old man that TellahSaysRelax is going to be looking for, but we'll probably welcome him since TellahSaysRelax has not gotten that foo yet.
It's an old man on the moon. Does that make it French vanilla?
think that's probably going to be in more in the Rocky Road territory.
Oh, Tell's gonna see what's in the moon shop. I mean, not great, but an hourglass 2 wouldn't be a terrible thing to pick up, just in case.
Yeah, I would definitely be selling a few things just to get that. Fortunately, TellahSaysRelax is probably looking for sirens, hasn't found them yet.
Yeah, needs to get that hook from Dwarf Castle.
And it looks like Neon Gray from 15 minutes ago was listening into the stream because doing as we suggested is face checking this boss and seeing an evil wall.
That is a choice.
That's not a choice I'm taking.
Hope it doesn't have a key item that you need for gosh.
I really wish that evil wall would have the start of that chain. The evil wall has Earth Crystal into Luca into Rat Tail into package.
Oh lord. Oh. Wow. That's I think that's more evil than some of the things I could think up.
I didn't own my name for any other reason. We do have both of our runners gonna start checking bosses in Lunar Subterrane. Gonna hopefully try and find this Mylon Z.
Going in different directions though. I always forget which altar is which in vanilla, so I'm no good at saying this one's in this one.
Gray is at the Murasame
Oh.
altar. There's a Wyvern.
So that's a reset. Not at battle speed 1.
Yeah, TellahSaysRelax diving down deep. Do not blame Neon Gray for going with this route, going the top down, since they are clearly just looking for Mylon Z.
I mean, that's generally the first altar I'll check. Like, because you're just like right there.
And TellahSaysRelax is pretty low level for the moon. I wonder what his plan is, depending on what these bosses are with these levels.
Yeah, these are definitely interesting levels to be going for a moon dive on. Well, there's some D-lunars in the ribbon room.
It's just a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, that's the best grimoire.
Not the grimoire TellahSaysRelax was looking for.
But yeah, if you're not going top first, then ribbon room first is usually your best bet.
Yeah, if TellahSaysRelax can survive the punchiness of this spot, could maybe get some Star Veils up to frog these D-lunars.
Yeah, that's oh, Neon Gray accidentally started a new game.
Wanted to,
and did it again.
And
just
keeping us on our toes.
Oh goodness. Yeah, TellahSaysRelax having to reset. They took a wipe. But yeah, the Star Veil strats against D-Lunars is fun, but timing is a thing.
There's a free fight though.
Yeah, TellahSaysRelax getting a free fight, some free experience, and a free key item.
Gray is going to take their cracks at the D-Lunars though.
But yeah, with timing those Star Veils, if you're going to use them, it's like, you know, if you use it right at the beginning of the fight, chances are it could time out before they actually use breath. But you need to know just like how long to wait before using it.
Yeah, and I believe it's 8 punches total. 8 punches in a flame. Somebody in chat correct me.
Which, if you've got a high enough battle speed, counting is hard, especially when you're like, you know, keeping your characters alive.
There's breath.
There we go.
Got them both.
Now we've got a couple of frogs.
And there's a Baron key.
Leads to some bosses and a character check. We know it's not the first boss.
Yeah, I already forgot who the first boss was.
I don't remember, but I would have remembered if it was a purple coat.
I mean, we had 2 chances there for Neon Gray to show us. Oh, that's right. We did comment.
Oh, yeah. It's the turtle while we're fighting the frogs. Froggers.
And it looks like TellahSaysRelax is gonna go do that Baron key right away.
With his party levels, it's not a bad idea.
3 boss checks and a character check. This could really pay off.
Yeah. I mean, especially after struggling with that D-Lunars fight. I imagine he's probably thinking this'll be a lot easier of a check, and it could pay off, because, you know, again, boss checks plus character check.
Yeah, even if he finds Edward here, or Mylon Z, gotta go get through that Ogopogo and in Dwarf Castle.
Which, I mean, by the time he's finished with Baron, I'm sure he'll be able to take it on. But Neon Gray, their frogs have croaked.
A lot of levels there. There's an Avenger. That Kane will be very angry and very happy at the same time.
Definitely a good weapon. And depending on what, I forget what they have equipped on Kane right now, but using the Avenger glitch could also make it very nice.
It's a defense sword.
Ah.
Fortunately, Neon Gray is still at 9 key items. Just needs to go next door, check this white sphere to get a free Baron key.
Pretty good chance that's where they go next. And demoted Keinatsu.
He does not look happy that he was demoted either.
Yeah, I mean, if I was demoted, I'd be trying to drown people too.
Just bringing the water into Baron Castle and trying to melt the mortar. That doesn't work.
Yeah. I don't recommend actually like trying to flood your workplace if you get demoted. The people at the movie theater were very unhappy.
Did they let you come back? Because in my experience, they don't let you come back when you do that.
I just didn't come back.
I mean, I didn't even work there. I still did it, so. Neon is getting through these free King Queen Evelyn, and TellahSaysRelax is making short work of the turtle.
You know, Scala, in my day, I did drop a number of Pepsis.
The movie theater I did work at didn't sell Pepsi, it was Coke.
It's the one I worked at had Pepsi. There's also one of those fancy ones that, like, you sit at your seat and you, like, press the button and someone comes and takes your order.
Oh, that's a dream right there.
You would think. I mean, I did get a lot of, like, free movie posters and free movie tickets and half-off food. But, like... Did you work opening weekend of Avengers Endgame? I bet you didn't.
I did not, because I worked opening weekends of Harry Potter movies.
I don't know. I think Marvel movies take the cake on that one.
Oh, they do. Don't get me wrong, but at the time, Harry Potter movies were the bane, because kids did not like eating the popcorn.
Well, anyway, Asura's king now. I guess, which is why her queen spot was taken. I'm trying to make lore. And also this is the free enterprise tournament, not talking about the movie theater I used to work at tournament.
This is true, as we've got Bahamut over in the Ogopogo spot.
Yeah, we did not have Bahamut at the movie theater.
Finally got a lucky roll, or was that the Leviathan summon from Coco Shop? I am not sure.
Well, that's not an Edward.
It is a white mage, though. TellahSaysRelax does not know that there's a Rosa waiting in Cave Evelyn.
Indeed.
Neon Grey, however, is got some walls up, reflected some Mega Nukes, and trying to finish off the King of Dragons. So we need to find an Earth Crystal, a package. And neither of the runners checked the Sand Ruby character.
Well, I guess TellahSaysRelax is gonna do it now.
That's a little bit of sorcery on my part, because I did say that as he was walking down and did not know that it was going to be there.
I think I had a practice seed recently where the Sand Ruby was there, so if anything, I was even more prescient. It makes sense. Nope, it's a karate.
Trying to decide if wants to take the Yang or not.
Yeah, at this point in the game, he probably doesn't need 2 new characters to level up.
That's true. With that experience flag on, can't slingshot the Porum. That Porum's gonna need a lot of fighting to get up to Romus levels.
Also, Neon Gray getting rewarded with a Flame Whip. Ooh. I mean, when Bahamut comes along, you must whip it.
Whipping. It could be worse, though.
It could. Could have been another Crystal Sword.
Could have been samurai arrows.
Ah. I don't know, I think at least one of Neon Gray's party is equipped with a bow.
Yeah, but I believe that they got a stack of Artemis arrows, so if they do have to take on that wyvern,
Yeah.
she should be ready for that. The Rosa. TellahSaysRelax doing some shopping. I think this is actually the first time we've seen Kaipo.
I believe so. Oh, that's just mean.
That's not the Mylon Z we're looking for.
That's bootleg Mylon Z. Neon Gray rage resets. Or probably just regular resets. I don't know. I can't claim to know what they're thinking.
We've got the elements fight there. We've got a wyvern. We've got an evil wall here on the moon. And it looks like Neon Gray wants none of them.
And just hoping that none of them are holding key items leading to what they are looking for.
I don't believe TellahSaysRelax checked the Odin spot yet either.
I don't believe he did. He went back to do... He went to go to Kaipo first, and then now they're at Dwarf Castle.
Yeah, we are quickly running out of checks though. Here we've got the 3 bosses. We've got 2 in the Fame Arch, and we have the 2 on the Giant. Is all that we really have available to us until we find either that Earth Crystal or that Luca. And looks like we do have TellahSaysRelax back. He is working through this Ogopogo fight.
Oh, Leviathan versus Ogopogo. Which one is the noodly or noodle?
Fortunately, I think it was Ogopogo in that one.
Yeah. Well, Neon Gray diving into Baron. Gonna find that at least the first visit is not gonna give them Edward or Mylon Z. Or as the Canadians would say, Mylon Z.
TellahSaysRelax going in for round 3, I believe, on this Ogopogo.
Trying to find Mylon Z while listening to ZZ Top. No, that didn't take much for Kenatsu.
Oh, no, it did not.
Having defeated a few moon bosses will do that to you.
And Neon has just got their foot on the gas pedal right now, just looking for either a way to get an Edward or to get the Mylon Z. TellahSaysRelax really needs to get through this Ogopogo, though, to get that hook. Probably will really enjoy the Fusoyi as well. Well, to be Fusoya, since TellahSaysRelax doesn't have silly names on.
And Asura didn't stand much of a chance either.
Yeah, Neon's party is pretty close to being ready for Zeromus. Would like to see a little bit more HP on that Rosa. probably not going to take this Porum though.
Yeah, unlikely. Do you think Mylon Zed fled the country, taking a flight out of YYZ?
It does seem likely. I feel like that's the undead have that personality of like, you know, just following along with the things they're familiar with. I have a lot of Zed talk going on in the chat too. Neon's gonna get the Sand Ruby.
Probably gonna go check to see if that's Edward, and we'll find disappointment instead.
Got calls from kind of nerdy housewives, you know, hoping for the package to have both Edward and Mylon Z.
That's the dream.
Still want a Cecil to show up with Neon Gray having ditched the Crystal Sword. And TellahSaysRelax still having a little bit of an issue getting through the nope rope.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go. I'm not sure where he's going actually, because I don't remember what all. Oh, he's gonna check the basement.
And our runners are once again converging on this basement check.
Yeah. Although right now, I would say that Neon Gray is probably better equipped to fight the boss right now.
Although if it is Mylon, then that's kind of a pushover fight down here.
Yeah. Well, it's also a pushover fight in vanilla, too. Okay, so Dark Elf. Or Delph.
The elf. D.
I just watched that episode the other day.
Yeah, unfortunately the spot being pretty fast, but I think this should be actually doable for TellahSaysRelax to get through this. Not a lot of magic here.
Yeah. Well, and the Dark Elf's tri-attack is not as impressive as it is in the lead up to the Cave Magnus fight.
Yeah, and between Rydia and if we can unpig the Palom, they both have stop, which can the dragon form of the D-Elf does not have the boss bit on.
Yep, one of those overlooked programming things that that they just love to put in this game.
Got one of those requirements. But I think Palom is actually casting Piggy on himself right now.
Earth Crystal. Oh boy. Fu was in the underground tunnel leading to the hook route.
The Dwarf Castle.
Dwarf Castle? Wait,
Yeah,
who was...
Rose,
Oh, it was Rosa who was down there. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
It seems like so long ago.
I know. So long ago, I forgot which one was which. But I also have, like, the memory span of a goldfish.
Better than my memory span of a gnat. Yeah, Zot definitely seems like the right play here.
Yeah.
2 bosses, 2 characters.
Yep. 4 shots at finding not Nemo, but an objective.
The big question, though, as Zemtor chat points out, will our runners loot the treasure?
Probably not. Well, at this point, I think Neon Gray is like equipped enough that they won't need to. I guess Neon Gray did not actually check for Mylon Z here. Interesting.
Oh, and unfortunately, TellahSaysRelax takes a wipe there on the Dark Elf. I think if I was TellahSaysRelax right now, I would actually be thinking D Machine. 10 key items, has a Tellah.
I mean, also 3 checks for an objective.
Looks like he is going to go looking for maybe another free fight here on the moon.
Maybe. I think he only checked a couple of fights.
Gonna be fighting this wyvern, no. Probably a quick reset here. Check number 1, just a plague.
And going fast enough that even if this thing lasts long enough to cast the countdown or whatever, I think that Kane... Okay, yeah, it didn't even last long enough to cast it. But I think the speed glitch would have gone off, letting Kane just infinitely live until...
And TellahSaysRelax actually got the Star Veil up.
Wow. Well, there's another foo. So 2 out of 4 are no-go.
No, that's Ogo. Ogo.
Oh.
And another Rosa.
Oh no. What is this boss? And is this boss gonna give us Luca key?
Decides against the second foo. I would actually almost take a second foo over Sid.
Yeah. Especially since everything's been unlocked for foo.
It's not Milos.
It's the Danger Noodle. Oh my gosh. Why?
So it's down to package or giant.
Oh yeah, getting rid of Palom would, for the foo would probably have been the choice to make.
Question in chat. No, Aniko. A character, if the character is an objective, they are in the seed. They're guaranteed.
Yeah, like if somehow he wasn't, that would be like a huge bug report.
Dr. Cossack, there were a couple of curse rings hanging out there. I don't know if Neon has grabbed them.
I think Neon has one, at least. Because I'm pretty sure both of them opened the little side room at Baron Inn.
Right.
Package.
Could this be the dream?
And if they go to check and it's not Edward, will they ride it out long enough to see if it's Mylon Z?
Oh, I think you have to. I think with the number of checks we're down to. Oh, he's in the giant.
Oh, and they reset. They're not checking for Mylon Z.
Yeah, they know that their go mode is in the giant, though.
True.
While doing the package check would be faster. Oh, Neon, where? Oh, you're
They're grinding.
I don't think you need this. I mean, that element spot is and CPU spot's gonna be your grind.
I mean, they could, if they're going to the giant, they could also D-machine.
Yeah, would not need very many, but I think the Siren play is faster than the D machine. But with the amount of XP that you're gonna get in the giant, I don't necessarily see the need for these eggs, especially considering which bosses we have seen. There's not too many rude bosses left.
I honestly haven't caught what level their party is at, so...
It's in the mid-40s.
Oh, yeah, then this is probably... You probably would want to, like, at least go through the giant first before doing this if you wanted any extra levels.
Yeah, and for D-Shmoo, question chat, a couple of the bosses we haven't seen Octomammoth yet. We haven't seen the Dark Imps. Oh, no, wait, we know they're in the hook route.
Haven't seen...
Golbez. Oh, we haven't seen Golbez.
Oh. Golbez and the giant.
Oh, God.
Haven't seen Water Hag, have we?
We have not. We have not seen Water Hag. Haven't seen the Alt Gauntlet. And we don't have very many spots left. We have the Luki Cave, and those two spots, and we've listed the 4 of the bosses, I think, is the only 4 we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And Mylon Z, of course.
Yeah. TellahSaysRelax gonna try the dolls.
If he did buy hourglasses, I think, on the Moon Shop.
I think he just sold stuff and left. I don't think he bought it.
Oh. Here we go. Saving outside the giant because we do have the vanilla giant flag turned on. That means once Neon Gray goes in here, they cannot leave until they complete the giant. But we know that completing this will be Neon Gray's go mode. Edward is sitting on in this giant.
Oh no, one of those dolls is still alive. Okay, but Bridia's gonna get it. There's no way it lives this.
That was a very well done fight for TellahSaysRelax. With his levels and what he's got going, he took care of that doll fight exceptionally well.
Yeah. That's a rat tail.
For Gwydion Knight, they just have to find Eddie. They don't have to actually take him.
I feel like the phrasing might be better if it said find rather than get, but yeah.
All right, here we go. Who is at this element spot?
Oh. I mean,
That's not terrible.
yeah.
Speedy spot, yes, as Chad is pointing out right now, but no, this is not a terrible fight here.
Also, Octomam gets slower as you get rid of its tentacles.
Gonna be throwing a Moonveil on that Kane. That's a pretty heads up play by Neon Grey as well. Gonna make sure that this fight gets done as soon as that Avenger gets thrown on.
Yeah, it's very rare that you get to see all 4 of the leg sprites on the map at once, so this is a pretty fun spot to see it, at least. Now kind of Zerk the Sid. And Zerking Rosa.
Yeah, she's still rocking a heroin robe, I believe.
Yeah, and she's got a bow, so that'll prevent her from losing all her arrows.
TellahSaysRelax is working through the Magus sisters too, getting Leviathan off.
Yeah, he's having a hard time keeping Porum alive long enough to get any experience, though. Which, I mean, you know, good setup for an anchor, but... That's... yeah, that...
Yeah, unfortunately can't do a cure on Forum because she has the wall.
Yeah, you'd have to throw a potion.
But looks like he is going to get through this Magus Sisters. Again, a very well done fight.
Of course, Mindy just virusing herself because she doesn't have the wall. Because the script doesn't account for not having it.
Well, I believe it was also queued up too. Probably
that too, yeah. All right, yeah, that's
a lot.
TellahSaysRelax doing great on the Feymarch bosses.
And got a few sister extra kills. That was 50k XP for TellahSaysRelax.
Yeah. And Bahamut, I mean, I'm sure I'll probably give it to Rydia, but...
I keeping Rydia and using her throughout this. That's almost able to just take out that Ogopogo with just the Bahamut summon alone.
All right, who's that CPU? If it's Mylon Z.
If it's at Mylon Z, I called it an hour ago.
Giant is required.
Oh my goodness! So if TellahSaysRelax had done a D machine grind, he would have been in go mode.
Oh my gosh. Because, like, the only spot Edward can still be is at the end of this. And there's Mylon Z. This is... gosh. That's almost, like, meaner than it being behind the package.
said the vanilla giant flag in this flag set is turning a lot of people off from doing D machine grinds and in there. But if you've got a boss hunt and a character check and you haven't found them an hour in, I would definitely be doing that D machine.
Yeah, I've definitely had practice seeds where the character was definitely in the giant, but the other random one wasn't, so I didn't have to do it. And it was like far enough into it where I didn't need to grind here either, so.
And there's our Edward.
Yep. More trouble than he's worth. Don't tell Asuka I said that.
It's very possible she's lurking around. Well, actually, she's believe gearing up to start a restream on another channel soon. And to that note, as Neon Gray is going to be heading to the Zeromus fight, taking the swag whale over to Troya, this is just the start of the Lali-Ho League. This is our first day, and I believe we've had 7 races today. I'd have to double check and make sure, but there was a good number.
As far as like restreamed ones, we've got like these 3 tonight, and then we had the one that was at midnight. Midnight Eastern time. So
well, we are getting some Z flags in chat, Dijon.
Ah.
Any indication of what that could mean?
It means we found Mylon Z.
It's about time too.
Right?
He sitting in his robot this entire time, just laughing at us.
Yeah.
Until Neon Gray put him in his place.
But also, we're about to go fight the final boss on Neon Gray's side. That would be Zeromus. He doesn't get shuffled into the boss pool because it's just like too big of a fight. It wouldn't work. So, just to make it fun and random and end off with something nice, we instead shuffle the sprite that is used for him, which, most of which are made by Scala Kitty, who is awesome, and, I guess, the question is, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
I mean, we're over 500 now, I believe is the last number. And the suspense is killing me with Neon Grace.
Right. I was about to say, are we about to fight ISPmus?
And with 4.2, a good number of brand new, never before seen sprites, except by Scala Kitty's eyes, have been entered into the pool to be randomized.
What if there was one that wasn't seen by Scala Kitty's eyes either, and she just drew it blind and threw it in?
That would be fantastic. All right, here we go. We will be seeing Scala's saying there might be one like that.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
I
don't know what that is.
Oh. Is
but
this...
the eye reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is the first time I've seen this.
Oh, someone's saying it's Fire Emblem? Fire Emblem Fates. Fire Emblem.
I've never played a lot of the Fire Emblem games myself. And one thing...
I've played Fire Emblem Fates. I think it's the only one I've played. I may not have finished it.
Well, according to chat, that could be why you've never seen this before.
Could be.
One thing I did notice though, this Anonymous is moving kind of fast.
I don't think Neon Gray turned their battle speed down. I think they're at battle speed 1, unless I missed them turning it down.
And TellahSaysRelax turned in that rat tail, got the Luka key.
I mean, I liked Fates. Which one is the one I have? I think it's... I think it's Revelations I have. Is that one? I don't know.
Yes, TellahSaysRelax is going to be diving into the Evelyn Cave, going to be rewarded with a Rosa.
But not an Edward.
Fortunately, the Edward Tell is looking for is in the Giant.
Trying to buy Sirens and doesn't have enough, so selling stuff. Which, I mean, safe to sell that X-Cal.
Yeah, unfortunately, TellahSaysRelax does not know there is not a Cecil to be found.
Well, he sold the X-Cal, so... But even then, like, if he had the Crystal Sword, it would still be safe to sell the X-Cal.
Which character? Oh, Edge. Cecil and Edge are the two missing characters in RC tonight.
No, they went to Zot. It was,
Fu and Rosa.
yeah. Yeah, we've seen every possible character slot.
And as the nukes continue to fly over on Neon Gray's side, ooh, getting that full quad 9 nuke
Yeah.
to Palom. Unfortunately, Fu out of MP, gonna bite Rosa on the neck with that succubus.
Well, no, he's not.
Yep, because there's the bang. Please get your GGs in chat for Neon Gray with an official time of 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 54 seconds. And we will see about getting them in here for an interview. And with that, I believe we are joined by Neon Gray. Neon, GG's.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about that seat?
Pretty good overall. I think it, I feel like it played to my strengths a fair bit. I think it really rewarded that kind of exhaustive running through things that I like to do. And also, letting me selectively avoid checks that I don't like, which so I think that did well. I was also really lucky in that my most recent practice seed had literally this exact party, so I had that rhythm right down. So that was a stroke of really good luck for me there.
So how about that Giant, huh?
throwing it down, and I realized this is what it's looking like. And I'm like, I could go check King Queen. That's gonna take way longer than it's worth. I know. Like, it's like I was really happy to find that package because that way it wasn't sitting in the back of my mind going, well, what if it's behind some other boss? But no, mandatory giant. Woof.
Yeah, was there any at any point in the seed did you get a feeling it's like maybe I should just demachine and get that giant out of the way?
No.
Because around the 1 hour mark you had all 1, 2, 3 done. Just looking for Mylon Z and Edward.
At no point. By the time I had the hook, because the first thing I did at the hook was do that character check there. So I had a 10-pack of sirens. So going into the giant with levels in hand is going to be faster than shipping through a D machine, especially at my menuing speed. So at that point, getting to 10 and getting Nuke on Palom was always the plan before even considering going into Giant.
Well, it did work out for you. You're now 1-0 in the Lali-Ho League in the Swiss rounds. How are you feeling about moving forward with that 1-0 record?
A little surprised, but because I mean, just historically, my records in these things have not been great. But I am really happy. It's one of those things where it's like, I know I could do better, I could place better. But I just don't really bother, putting in the work. So even, just the result of seeing, even a little bit of practice, having this turn out like this, I'm really happy. Like, I think that's a solid time just in general for a seed that asked what it does. So I'm really happy with how I did here. I was a little worried, actually, like right near the start, that Mom Bomb on Ordeals was surprisingly tricky. And if only you could have heard my audible forehead smack, the time that I cleared, when I realized that I had left the fire shield on Kane still, and he died to the explosion.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw you switch that out after the first one.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, of course I saved after doing that. Why wouldn't I save? It would be really dumb of me to not save. It worked out, but yeah, I was not feeling great at that point. But things really kind of came together. I should have known a good side when I got that Soma drop on my way out of Antlion, so I could just immediately give Cade some MP. And you know what? In the Forge, I even got to do a betrayal. Crystal for defense is not a great deal in most seeds, but absolutely the right call there.
Yeah, especially with Cecil nowhere to be found, him and Edge taking the seat off.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what they're doing together there, but hey.
Well,
Yeah,
you're feeling.
It was a pretty fun moment just watching you use the Soma drop on Kane, and I was like, oh, they're just casually giving Kane some MP.
You gotta give Kane MP. He deserves it. He's a good, strong, powerful boy. And he did good work for me here. I like him on this flag set in general. That dwarf kit, he's always pretty tanky. But guaranteeing a dwarf axe ensures that even with the armor limitations from Neki, he's always going to be well set up to tank for you. And frankly, in general, I like what Neki does to his gear, just because his starting kit is awful. There is nothing he draws from Neki that isn't an improvement. And that he came with that dancing dagger, that was perfect right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty huge pickup. It helped you get through that Odin fight and the CPU fight right after. That was where TellahSaysRelax did stumble a little, couldn't get through the Odin at first, and tried to gamble with the Grimoire a few times on the CPU fight, and had to go back to that later.
Yeah, I forget where that Grimoire got used, but coming up Bahamut on that, thank you. Wait, no, that was the second Grimoire. The first one was on the Bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, your Ifrit on the Mom Bomb took out a whole bunch, and then you got the
Yeah.
Bahamut on I don't remember who actually.
Yeah, it was later. It was really helpful.
Well, that's all I have for Neon. Dijon, do you have anything else?
Just GG.
Thank you. And yeah. Do want to shout out to my opponent, TellahSaysRelax, because it's his first big race, so absolutely GG to him.
Yep, he is currently looking. He found the spoon at the bottom of sealed cave.
Oh,
And
So he is-
Golbez was there.
And Golbez was there.
not a place to find a spoon.
So yeah, he is about to retry the Dark Elf fight and gonna get that Earth Crystal. GG's though, Neon. Thank you for being restreamed tonight. It was a pleasure to watch you. You ran an excellent race, and I look forward to seeing more races with you in them.
Yeah, thank you. I really want to watch this one back because I want to see how things went. I bet you it's a little painful to watch sometimes, but maybe watching it will make me work on doing it faster.
I mean, I still struggle with menuing myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the the big issue for a lot of runners, even really good ones. I know.
I mean, I have trouble with menuing on this game, and I even speedrun the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy, which is like nothing but menus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's a thing to work on, there are worse things to need to work on.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for commentating, for tracking, for putting on the show for everybody. Yeah.
Go get a drink and join us in the chat and cheer on TellahSaysRelax to get a good finish.
Absolutely. So thank you again. I am gonna shove off.
Thank you, Neon Gray. All right, that was our first place winner of this race, Neon Gray. As we have TellahSaysRelax working on the Dark Elf, getting using that Bahamut Summit. Unfortunately, we know that the Giant is hard required, so TellahSaysRelax just has to is going to get this Earth Crystal and get the package, and hopefully we'll figure out where this Edward is hiding. I cannot believe that this giant was hard required.
Yeah. And
Like-
it did it on the first day as a warning to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, for me as a runner, you know, I'm gonna be definitely thinking about that a little bit more as I'm doing checks and stuff like that, because that is gonna be the gamble.
Oh, Tell got the Dark Elf this time.
Gonna
Yay.
get this Earth Crystal. It is definitely up there in levels now, having cleared the Fey Marsh, having cleared Dwarf Castle as well. Got his foo. Able to clean out these things. Porum's up to 42 now.
Tried to exit only to find you can't use exit here.
And why not?
Story triggers.
Same as Fabul. That darn story always getting in the way of our randomizer fun.
It's like they took all the story out. Can't they just...
Can't you just do some randomizer magic? So yeah, we do have another Foo, another Rosa coming up. With Tellah's party, I kind of think that he might welcome that second Foo.
Yeah?
You know, and as we've been saying before, this is the Lali-Ho League. This is week 1 of the Swiss rounds. We had 107 entrants into this tournament. So we were gonna have, I believe, 6 rounds on this flag set. So in each runner will play 1 person a week for 6 weeks. And then we'll move into a bracket stage, and with some cutoffs and all that. There's some points and things that I probably should have memorized before mentioning it. But yeah, we will be having a whole lot more free enterprise. You'll be seeing us here on Randomania. We also will be on RPG Limit Break and the free enterprise channel as well. So if you have been enjoying what you're watching, please get out, support the runners, support the restream teams who are trying to put on good shows for us, and check out the tournament site that was just posted in chat to keep up on the action and see when these matches are going to occur.
You can eat, sleep, and breathe free enterprise.
I think I saw it was 300 matches. Scala will correct me if I'm wrong. 50 matches a week for 6 weeks. That's just the Swiss rounds.
My doctor recommends against breathing free enterprise because I have asthma.
My doctor recommends me, eating free enterprise because I'm, a little overweight. But there is, and also at this, to that point, if you've been watching tonight and you think, hey, this would be interesting to get in, please check out the Discord as well for free enterprise. It has all the information you would need to get running your own races, your own seeds. You can be running these Swiss flags if you'd like. We also have weekly Seed of the Week events and other smaller community races once the tournament's over. And maybe we'll see you in the next tournament.
You don't even need to have played the original Final Fantasy IV. I haven't.
Oh, you should.
I probably should, but who has the time?
I mean, as some people like to prove, you can beat the original in under 2 hours. Some even say it's free.
I mean, I've seen the speed run. You don't really get much of the story out of it.
I highly recommend playing through this at least once, taking your time, exploring the story. It is some good stuff. I'm saying that to everybody out there, not to you, Deshaun. You already said you didn't have the time.
So, TellahSaysRelax replaced his Porum for a second Foo and didn't take the Rosa. Which, I mean, when you've already got 2 Foos, I guess having a white mage isn't really super necessary.
Yeah, not when you've got 3 new casters. They're not even going to get through their MP, I don't think. Yeah, these Foos are going to make very short work of this Leviathan. And TellahSaysRelax will be getting his package. We'll be seeing that that's another Palom.
And there's the Leviathan down.
I mean, he's a shy noodle. He doesn't want to be out all that much. Got his little face just tucked in, you know. Yep, getting his package, hoping that this is going to be the Edward.
But, as we're gonna see,
And the package.
opens automatically.
We're being informed Tellah did forfeit around this point. He has also declined an interview, which is always the runner's prerogative when being restreamed. So GG's to Tellah for a good race. You know, hung in there, stuck it out. Realized having to go through the giant was the path forward. Unfortunately, just a few bad bounces for him, but hopefully he'll be able to bounce back next week and see where he goes. But this isn't the end of Free Enterprise. We do have another race going.
Indeed.
And we have Sabera versus Leggy Starscream over on the Free Enterprise channel. So we will be kicking you over there. So please, those of you who have been watching this, please do not have any spoilers over on that race or on this race as we go over to the Free Enterprise channel. Like I said, please check out the tournament site to see when the next matches. There are a number of matches tomorrow. And Dijon, you have any closing comments?
Free Enterprise is a game.
A game we all love and enjoy.
Go Packers.
Do thanks again to our restream team, Nightdew for doing the tracking, Crimson Mavix for doing the restreaming, and to my co-commentator, Dijon Keshup. If you haven't done so, please give the runners a follow as well. and we should be heading over to Free Enterprise here shortly. Dijon, as always, thank you for joining me in the booth. It was a pleasure.
And thank you as well.